So where were we? We're skipping through all this stuff because I don't want to give a shit. Yeah. Jesus Christ, Yataka. I get it, right? But I always got the feeling that Olivia's relationship with Yataka was a bit more professional than this. Like, she wasn't gushy like a fucking baby over it. Blech. I don't like this. I mean, oh no, wait, he knows guts. I forget. It's really easy to forget because it comes up like once, I think. But yeah, he does know guts. Kind of telling. More than usual. I've been losing bets, lots of bets to him. Who's saying this? Seriously, author, who the fuck is saying this? I know that it's Anon because later down the line, but at the beginning of this, there is no reason to assume this is Anon per se. No reason. Because Olivia owns guts, and there's no reason Olivia would make bets against him just for funs, or I don't know. Like, I know it's a callback, but it's a really subtle callback for what it's worth. You should probably establish things. Anyway, where we're going? I'm gonna think you're throwing on purpose. He is, though. Gets a handful of seeds. Give him the cheese. Give him a big old wedge of cheese. Not exactly your usual style. So, I get what she's going for, but the problem I have with this, again, this is undermining Yatakan's lesson, right? This is undermining the impact of a Yatakan's death. I feel that, like, it between this and what Yatakan just said in, like, the earlier parts of this, it really sounds like everyone is very aware. And, like, that's cute from the perspective of, like, we reading this know the story. Like, no one's gonna read this fucking fanfiction if they don't already know Wani. It's like cute little wink and smile, but come on, man. It's still tacky. You know, you can't just complain about escort quests and you just do one anyway. There's a manic order to it all. Isn't the whole point? Wouldn't that guy like monologue about like, oh, it's a surrealist style? I'm pretty sure Olivia's style was never really that surrealistic. It always was more impressionistic. You know, she captured a scene and tried to do something with. I don't even know what that's fucking impressionistic, but she never was abstract with it. So I don't know what the fuck that guy was talking about. Like the fountain was not all that different from the cityscape, all things considered. Unfortunately, I don't think this writer really knows how to describe paintings, and there's a reason you don't describe paintings like this, because, like, there's several base layers of grays and blues splotched the rest of the painting. My god, man, are you undercutting the impact of a painting on a person? Jesus, that's boring. I feel like what Olivia should feel, right? I think what Olivia should feel is something is that she paints something and she really wants to. Not the strong start. I feel like Olivia's reflection on this with Yatakan around should be like, it finally feels like I'm painting something with a grander conviction. Like it's been ever since that first painting. Like ever since that painting I made for the contest, I felt like I had a reason to paint. And now I got it. And it's not like to cheat or to be an asshole. It's just. And then she realizes that she's doing it just to get Yatakan's approval. And she's like, you know what? Actually, I hate this painting too. It's the same problem. This painting, like the contest painting, is just to get someone's approval on something. And then Yatakan goes, you finally realized it, you dumb motherfucker. Like, that's why ending 3 is as sad as it is, because she's still looking for Yatakan's approval on a painting that really wasn't about him in the first place. Like, I get that it's closure for her, but at the same time, there is that element of, like the contest painting, trying to get external approval in some way. Her arms are thrown around him. Yeah, this really undercuts the whole situation. Like, I guess you could say, as a, you know, it's family, it hits more emotional, but that was never the point of his death. It was never the mourning. It was the loss of a practical function in her life, you know? I know that sounds a bit morbid to talk about a death like that, but that is the pragmatics of death, as one might say. Man, I really I'm not upset. Like, I'm not angry, but I do feel this is really undercutting the point. Like, you're selling the scene short because I know he's dying. Like, if I didn't, like, here's the point. If I didn't know Iadakon was dying, right, I'd be sitting here going, man, he's gonna keep him alive, right? That's the point of this. Because otherwise, you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, and you can't. You shouldn't. You mustn't. Ugh. Okay, so like, oh man. I don't like this. It's like, I get it, but if you're gonna do this, just don't kill him. Why kill him at this point? What are you getting out of his death? Young tough guy for a second. That is such an Eoticon line. That's an Ophinia line too. Haha, I scared you to death, but you know, it was pretty fucking funny from my angle. Let's see, but darkened lawn, blah blah blah. It's just cute, gushy stuff. Thank you for trying to help me, blah blah blah. Did you get better, Anon? Oh yeah, he did, because he's Anon now. He's the protagonist. Yeah, because he is right that you shouldn't say those, right? You can only ever become better. You can never be the best. You can only become better, and better is good enough. Because if you're not getting worse, at least you're not getting worse. You know. I like how we're putting in a fucking chapter cut, but where are we going with this? Well, I guess we're going to a new scene. I guess that was the last we're getting of Eoticons, whatever. So let's put on the school theme, because we're at school. Oh boy, it's school time. The rest of the night was a nice change of pace. Eotican and I come back inside, and we find ourselves eating chocolate. Blah, blah, blah. Things just go. Why is this where you put the fucking chapter cut? They hang out all weekend. You can't get into the hobby. How are you supposed to get war club? Oh, I get it. My brain was like club, you know, like a social group, but no, it's club the weapon. Bonk. Bonk, 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 bonk. Boing, boing. What's your favorite? Oh no, don't do it. Oh no, he said the slur. I don't care. We already did the Power Rangers thing. Why are we doing this scene again? The dirty greenskins. Don't say that around Liz or your gator girlfriend who is green. The plot hole filled satire? Oh wait, I thought he meant the plot hole is filled by using satire, but no, it is a plot hole filled satire. Took you too fucking long to figure this one out, man. But I guess that's where everyone thinks that they're so cool. Although, admittedly, there's an argument to be made for... I mean, I read a modest proposal, and I was like, is this guy fucking for real? Like, I read that, and I went like, is this guy for realsies? Were they this fucking stupid? It's like, no, it's satire stuff. I'm like, oh! What does that mean? Jeez, you guys are up. Why was the chapter cut up here? The little line splitter. Five. Stop buying from corpses, man. Sunday more or less is it. When is winter break in this godforsaken place? Dinofornia was blessed with several inches of snowfall today, so everyone has that to look forward to. Pretty as a winter wonderland can be, I'm constantly disappointed by my thwarted expectations of warm beach weather. I'm finally wearing my ratty green hoodie, which is a surprisingly good job of keeping me cozy. It only costs $5 from a Goodwill. Stops smelling like the first stages of decomposition after a good wash. Score. Pee-Pats is like a kidney stone, and it's on the art. I like that even in this story, Solly just ceases to exist. Yadakan is absent for the day. Must have partied too hard with the pains. He's off fighting ancient forces of evil. Both are equally likely. Mr. Trigham is the sub, and despite sitting right next to her, Olivia and I have to communicate through text. She seems to think so. Trigham seems out of it. Just marking the time. It's literally a study period. But he's not exactly keeping the class in line. He's just sitting with his back... He's sitting back with his dour look, fiddling and looking through Yadakan's desk now and then. I look back at a sketch of Guts piloting some golem I don't recognize, but being all serious. Which one is that? Guts, dumbass! Yeah, I meant... Oh, you meant the golem. It's the main golem from Gundam Finn. Wait, is it only 9:15? That's not right. Should be past 10. Did the first period pass faster? My eyes train back on Triggem. He's in a world of his own, despite throwing probing gazes around the room every now and then. And then to feign control. He's in a world of his own, despite throwing probing gazes around the room now and then. To feign control over the class. Is it a half day? Fine by me, but I wish I'd known ahead of time. The PA system screeches to life for the 10th time this morning. Would Jerome Clarkson please come to the office? Would Jerome Clarkson please come to the office? Jeremy Clarkson, please! Thank you. Another message from Olivia. Teacher's acting weird today. Really weird. There's a lot coming from Triggem. This is weird. Is something up? This happened before? I don't know. Maybe. I don't remember. Ah, yes. Very helpful. A baryonyx, not an elephant. Gator. Binch. Just type binch or birch. Autocorrect. Ascend the dancing gator gif in response with a chuckle, but for real, something's up. I'd almost guess it's relating to Mia, but that issue's been more or less resolved. Period passes just as quickly as the first, and Mia rushes out of the class since lunch will be just as short. Will be just as short in proportion. Brought some leftover chicken and rice I made, but I'm hardly hungry this early in the morning. Oh, it's weekend, so yeah, it could have been any time. In fact, my early morning nausea has quickly turned to something greater. There's electricity in the air, and I can't say why. The day can't end soon enough. It's back to the pains and more Zeta and hanging with the family. The Pain family, I mean, not hanging with... whatever. It was easier navigating to the table today. The lunchroom melee was more dispersed than usual, though the cacophony of shrieking and dueling saurians still drowns out what I think is another summons to the office in the PA system. That's a nice little extra inclusion. To, you know, make sure that we know. Really ham it up. No one else is bothering to eat either, save for Liz, who has a free meal over it. Who fills those up? How is that done? I just want to know. Did it have a little ladder? Did it use a little hook? To bring the baskets down and back up? Or do they, like, fill up with a big hose? Damien is rambling excitedly, as usual, about whatever completely normal thing happened in his last period. Olivia, meanwhile, has spontaneously pulled one of those cheap, sticky hand toys out of nowhere. She's busy splatting it at every non-living surface, and then the very living surface of Liz's neck. Liz bats her arms to the offending hand, but Olivia just yanks it back right in time. She absolutely lights up when she sees me. For shame, Olivia. For shame, Olivia. I didn't expect you to be a thief. What are you babbling about? Don't deny, I see you've got sticky fingers. Hit him with the sticky hand, Liv! A now slightly grainy sticky hand collides perfectly with the middle of my forehead. Disarming move, go! I grasp the strand and close this machine as quickly. Nothing personnel, Gator! A chest peck of my lips against the foot is all it takes for the drop of her guard. Her eyes widen and the grip loosens ever so slightly. More than enough for me to grab the cursed hand from hers and whip it towards the snout from the side. The stinger immediately wraps around several times, disabling her rampage. Olivia mumbles before clawing it off in frustration. Oh wow! Did that really force your mouth shut? I begin to smile and begins slowly reaching towards the tip of her nose. Wouldn't recommend it! She warns, but doesn't give me a chance to react. She snaps at my fingers. If you mistime it, I get a snack and use those chicken bones you lose call fingers. What a good laugh at that, even with Liz descending from the rafters giving light chortle, which she would. Why would she? So what's up with you, Liz? Liz can be any happier to him taking interest. Oh, me? Just thinking about earlier today. I was talking to Principal Scaler this morning and I ran some Stuco errands and she was really out of it. Maybe she finally gave up coffee. Cold turkey? No way, she'd die of withdrawals. I'd actually seen her take a full pot from the teacher's lounge to her office one day. Even Yana can corroborate it. Well, either way, she didn't look like she'd want to be here today. I tried to pry, but she clammed up. I've never seen her like that before. Maybe she takes her caffeine to enema and went sideways. Ah, nice one. What's an enema? It's when you put it up your butt. Shush. Shush, neither of you dare. I'm trying to eat. It's nothing, Damien, just another dumb coffee joke. I thought it was funny. Looks like I got a text from Ben. I think a student council meeting. Oddly sounds like Ben. Maybe the body snatchers finally got him, and he's normal. High five for you, Olivia. Liz rolls her eyes, but smiles nonetheless. Well, it is a half day, but duty calls. Sorry for dipping out early, but I'll see you guys. Damien waves as she gathers her things. No big deal, Liz. We can meet up after school. The remaining three of us deliberate on what to do after school. Olivia puts forward doodling. Clearly still stuck on drawing practice to finish the painting. Damien takes it as charades. Now, apparently we're doing charades after school. Oh, man. My art has not improved at all this year. I think even Damien's hand seizuring can mog me. Well, at least it'll all be in good fun, right? I'd say some stupid joke or another to Olivia when... Would Olivia Halford please come to the office? Would Olivia Halford please come to the office? Thank you! The growing discomfort in my gut does a barrel after that, but Olivia looks unfazed. He shrugs and rolls towards the office. Whatever oppressive atmosphere existed in the school only intensifies when she leaves. Lunch ends, and in less than 2 hours, so will the school day. Ben is absent from photography, and Trigham conducts himself the same way as in art. I tried texting Olivia a few times to see what's up, but nothing! The dread is coiling in my intestines into knots. Fever pitch. Hold on, There's only a couple changes here. It should be chill 1, though. Where's chill 1? There we go. I care. Yeah, it is kind of mellow. Anyway, Anon moves his call to the office. Thank you. Fuck! Looking for German for confirmation out of habit. He's just blankly staring out the window. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he's trying to avoid looking at me. I pack up my things with shaky hands, breathing deeply to try and still my nerve-racked limbs. All time, my peers murmur and gossip around me. The scariest thing is that not one of them has mentioned the horrific events of last week. What could this be about? The hallway is scarily quiet, like a scene out of a liminal horror. Shouldn't this be similar to when you were running after her? Like maybe some trauma from that time you found out about the black, just saying. Dozens of fluorescent bulbs whine and hum deafeningly overhead, punctuated by that steady rhythm of my rubber soles on the tile. For a long while, it's as if I've fallen into an empty parallel world as I make my way across the entire school without seeing a single soul. I breathe a sigh of relief when I hear another pair of feet approaching me. I see it's Ben. Admittedly, I tense up and sneer. Ben, what the fuck is going on? Pathetic look on his face, eyebrows turned up and lip quivering. His jaw is firm locked in place. He stares at me, unwilling to speak. Throw my hands up wordlessly to repeat the question. But he doesn't answer. He starts squirming and pulling at his turtleneck. Before I can collapse under my harsh gaze, he takes off down the hall. I even try to stifle my scoff. Thanks for fucking nothing, man. Great talk! Shit, that's why things are getting fucked up. Oh, but now the music's actually cut out. Oh, Chill 3 has actually been playing for a while now, huh? Yeah, I know why I fucked up, because there's only 3 music swaps in this. I'm sorry, I'm not... I really should stay on point a little more with this stuff. The problem is that I had play music, right? And play music, and I had it set to backwards, so it was screwing around too much. And it fades out. And Olivia goes, then the song cuts out, which is fair enough. So we're technically in the no music mode. Just interesting to look back at that stuff. You know, because music timing is something you don't notice, and then you realize, oh, it's very quiet, isn't it, huh? I'm not sure that kind of paying attention, but I was talking a lot, so sorry. I missed a lot of the music the first time in a weird way. Not much else to keep going on. My anxiety temporarily replaced by indignation at whatever the fuck that was. After another moment or so of walking, I reach the office and find the principal's door open. Empty seats. Damn it, I was hoping to see Olivia. Perhaps even some of the others that were called up here are being held. Where is she? I recognize Mr. Ferris's booming voice from inside. Come in. I hesitate for a moment, trying to piece together why he's in Scalar's office. That sounds not worth the headache, and I just need to know what's going on. The office is a mess when I walk in. Folders tossed haphazardly across the desk and floor. Cabinets, drawers precariously swung open. Potted plants in various states of death and decay. Huh. She's cleaned up since last I was here. That's actually a good joke. I look back at Mr. Ferris, hulking frame, hunched over the minuscule desk. The funny part is, like, once the morning music starts playing, it just stays on the whole way through. So, what is happening? So what's happening? So what's this? Shit, I forgot. I really like the song. It's a real nice one. Thoughts, thinking. If you would please take a seat, Mr. Moose. Mr. Moose. Oh no. I don't even bother talking back as I take my seat. How have you been, Mr. Moose? The bad news. Please. He balks at my I don't think he would balk. He immediately collects the papers in his hands and squares his shoulders. I have news for you regarding your instructor for AP Art Design and Photography. Can't even say his name to clarify. What do you mean I can't even say it? Oh, you mean like you would have responded with, you mean Yadakan? Of course, the Yadakan he's talking about. Mr. Yadakan spoke highly of you. Did you have a strong relationship with him? Did I? Well, more than any other teacher, I get... Wait, he said did. What happened? Mr. Ferris's brow lowers in melancholic reverence. His tone becomes professional from that point on, almost cruelly detached. Over the last 2 years, Mr. Yadakan had been suffering from a rare form of chondrosarcoma that originated in his vertebrae. What? I feel like I'm choking. I attempt to grapple with his words, but they slip from my grasp every time I get close. It's medical, but I can't even approach what he's about to say. It's like time freezes on the precipice of a great cliff, and there's no way back up. I mean, admittedly, that is what this stuff feels like, right? This is your last moment of innocence. You know the car is coming. How do you spend it? What do you do with that last second where you can pretend things are going to be fine? Terrifying. Too bad the story does not have the artistry to handle that. I'd almost give it to None in the Chamber, but I haven't finished that one yet, so I don't even know if it deserves it. It might, because it's probably the closest I've seen so far. Inko noted, maybe. I don't know. Bone cancer. He looks so tired as he says it. How many times has he had to break this news today? Well, probably a class 2, some overlap. Why? My words sound like a desolate husks. Again, you don't have to include that. Mr. Yadakan was well advised by medical professionals about treatment options available to him, and the district offered to give him a generous medical leave in recognition of his tenure here at St. Hammond. He turned both of them down. I grasped my head to keep the thoughts from exploding. That's not what I meant. Why is there a comma here? This is just a period moment. I'm sorry, Anon. No one can say why it happened. Mr. Yadakan also never shared why he refused treatment. I mean, some people don't want to, like, wither away, because there's a chance you won't recover, and you'll just wither away, and your last moments will be just like that. It's obvious from his husky tone that the question weighs heavily on him. He's just as broken as anyone, having to deliver this news to student after student. That's awfully empathic of you, Anna. Where the fuck does this come from? Mr. Yadakan was hospitalized last Saturday evening, and he passed the next morning. That's when you... That is literally like the day after the fucking dinner, and you were like hanging out. Oof, that can fuck you up so bad, right? Like, I should have seen something. I saw him that... And you were gaming, Anon. You were gaming. You didn't even know you were gaming. I jolted up and slammed my hands against the desk. Where's Olivia? Mrs. Halford, I'm sorry she didn't. I need to get out of here. The last thing is him calling out about some counseling services. I don't give a shit. God damn it, fucking Yatakan! Fucking Ferris. Fucking Ben! Fuck everyone! Where could you be? Yatakan's room? It's all I've got! Sprint through the halls as quietly as possible to avoid unwanted attention. My legs burn with lactic acid as I race up the stairs in record time. Dude, this building is not that big. You are slacking. I can't believe I'm thinking of it. God bless Solly and his fucking insane gym regimens. As we get around the corner, as I peek at the stairs, my heart drops when I see Olivia. And Ben. He's a far cry from the shambling mess he was a bit ago. He's gesturing wildly. He's making some sort of sales pitch, even as Olivia's world just comes crashing down. That's the plan of that I have in mind. What do you think, Olivia? Yeah, okay. Can I continue on being part of it? Ben, what the fuck are you doing? Anon, what do you mean? I'm trying to honor Yatkan's memory. We need to do something. I'm going to spearhead a eulogy, you understand, don't you? Yarkan helped you too. All three of us owe him. I'm fucking livid. I haven't need that time to process the fear I feel towards the whole world right now. Yarkan included. What the fuck is wrong with Ben? You don't lightly shove, you lightly push. Shoving is rough and harsh, by definition. I shove him back from Olivia as he tries to crouch down to a level. What the fuck are you talking about? Is his body even cold yet? Please. I glare at Ben. I may have said those stupid-ass words, but Ben made me. So what? Gonna put on a little feeling sesh tomorrow? What? No, this would be time, of course, to plan and... Ben backs up, realizing neither of us support him. Ben, why the fuck do you need an answer right now? Right now? Because it's Yatakan, His face is returning, the same one from before. The face of a scared child trying desperately to hold up the world. As far as I'm concerned, he does it to himself. But as I begin to cool, I realize I can't be the same old Anon and keep yelling at him because we're not in lockstep. He listened to reason before, even when it came to Mia. Ben, I get it, but you see that this isn't the time. It hasn't even been a day. For God's sake, we just learned about it ourselves. You get it, don't you? Blinks his massive doe eyes, and even through the glare of his spectacles, I can see tears threatening to spill out. If you need time to plan it, maybe you should take time to process it. Because Olivia needs to. Probably do too, but I don't think I'll come to the same grateful conclusion as them. Hey, Ben, I understand. I'll do what I promise, but it's too soon. Anon's right. We need time, all of us. That breaks him. Maybe it's the fact that we ganged up on him. Maybe it's that Olivia found her voice, even as she still despises him, to share this moment of vulnerability. His breath hitches as if he's choking. His glass is slipping to the ground. He doesn't even notice. He's so caught up in his despair that it hits him all at once. Olivia picks his glasses up and rubs them on her sleeve, holding them out to him. His shaking hand slowly meets her halfway, before putting them back on with great difficulty. He looks back up. His eyes lay bare, the painful fleeing of his souls. It's familiar to one things have all crashed upon him now, and he's wavered in his eternal quest to keep it up. You promise it'll happen, Ben. But for now. Yes, you're right. Sorry. Ben holds a hand up, hesitating, before patting me on the shoulder curtly. Last look between the both of us, he walks down the hall towards the stairs. The dim dusk finally bursts in absolute silence. When I look back at Olivia, my heart breaks. Her eyes are puffy and her cheeks are stained with tears. She's in a state of shock, simultaneously disbelieving what's happening, but knowing that it is. A frog catches in my throat. Seeing her like this is too much. Far more than even the news of Yatakan. She doesn't deserve this. I want to speak. Say something like I had before. Ramble artistically off the cuff and make it all make sense. There's no sense here. It's cruel reality. A nightmare you can't wake up from. What do I say in the face of that? Nothing. I mean, if we went with the idea that Anon's like caught up in his little anime world of like how the world should be, which someone like him could be, you know, you could emphasize the whole alarm thing and how he doesn't deserve, etc., etc. You could play that up, and then this is where that reality hits him, and it's like the reality is you don't have your mentor, but you still got your girlfriend or something like that. I don't fucking know. Different story for a different time. I'll hold her as long as she needs, but Olivia eventually pulls away, weak, emotionally spent. I want to go home. The clock on the nearby wall signals that the nightmare of the day is nearly over. At least school almost is. I nod and take the handles on her wheelchair to push her through the halls, into the elevator, and out the front doors. I sit on a concrete bollard nearby and pull out my phone. Call Liz from my contacts and wait in limbo as the dial tone rings out several times. Hello? What's up? Hey, Liz. Can you take Olivia home? I want to be there for her. I just need a bit of time to find myself. A walk back to the pain sounds good, but I may have to do something more. Else I don't think I could be supportive rock of a boyfriend she deserves. Right now? Oh my gosh, Miss Tianica, sorry. I wasn't even thinking. Of course, I just need to finish up with Scalar and I'll be out. Thanks. See you in a bit. Olivia tugs on my sleeve and a pleading eye asks the question that she can't muster the voice to ask. I just need to clear my head. I'll be by the pains after that. Would be neat if Anon does this differently than the... How did Inko do this originally? I kind of forgot. Oh no, she went off to the fountain. This is a whole different scene. Whole different scene. We sit in the icy silence until the bell rings and a torrent of students rushes out, obliterating the frozen moment in time. A few minutes later, Liz comes out with Damien. The former immediately offers her condolence and probes if we're okay. Olivia and I non-committal in our answers. Damien stays quiet for once, perhaps understanding that there are no goofs or gaffs that can put a band-aid on this situation. Send a thankful look his way for that. You coming, bro? No, I'm gonna stick around here for a bit, try. Take my mind off of everything. Clear my head. I'll be by later. Okay, man, don't be too long, or me and Vinny will split your portion of the hot chucky. I smile half-heartedly at that. I'm sure you will. Trio starts heading to the parking lot of Liz's car. Only Olivia throwing back a worried gaze. I wave back to her and then head back towards the campus. What am I doing? Clearing my head or something like that. What a fucking day. What a mess. What a mess, I can imagine Yadakon saying. I frowned reflexively. Would have said. Fuck. Body moves on its own. I take a dozen random shots of Millibout campus, trudging through the snow. The no Saurian's dead thread. I'm paying attention to shot competition, preferably throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. Even that's charitable, wasting time in SD space. So just background to think. So, I feel that there's something fun to be had in, like, the idea of Anon is doing this because he's like, I can take pictures to impress the Yadakon, and he's just doing this as if somehow taking enough pictures, something like that. That kind of stress trauma response. Cancer. The serious shit by the sound of it. Also, you fucking idiot, he's dead! Isn't the long sleep? No more riveting art and photography lectures, no more signature flair of his quill as he bounces across the room. The sky seemed to brighten and I turned my head to the clouds that had already begun to part. The sun itself was invisible, but its yellow rays cast themselves over the mounds of clouds tossed across the sky by the winds. Guess bounce was a bit of an overstatement. He's been waning in energy lately. A week, maybe? No, he's always had the lethargy hidden under the surface. Olivia never brought it up, and I just thought it was just part of his charm, the unassuming man that springs to life in passionate bursts when it matters. That's what I saw in him. What do I see him as now? Focus back to the picture I'm taking. It's Yadakan's classroom. Still on the ground level. Aiming the lens up. The clouds in the background part, and yellow lights. Didn't I just read this line? The skies begin to brighten. Yeah, you just wrote this fucking line! What are you doing? Like a gushing wound. Morose way to see it, but pretty enough. Ignore my total lack of tact to snap the photo. The vision of him has changed, though. It's a seething pit of hatred that bubbles up every time I think about him now. Even as I reflect on the good times, the wedding, his guidance and trust in me, the dinner at the Pains. 2 years? Again, this is why this shit sucks. This is one of my good memories was literally this chapter. Technically the last chapter, because if you were to properly divvy this up. 2 years? He knew for 2 fucking years? There were treatments. This isn't a case of an inoperable brain tumor or sudden stroke coronary that takes out before it can react. He had time and did nothing. 2 years? Over the last 2 years, okay. I was just wondering if this was ever brought up, and I know I must kind of make my way to the back of the school now. The field of snow stretches out untouched as far as the eye can see. Checking my phone, I've already been here for an hour. I don't feel any better, though. He's using treatment when he had every advantage. Ego, that's all it is. He probably saw himself as some great martyr for boldly refusing the treatment. But for what? To endure his death? Worse, to leave behind Olivia. Olivia, she never had a clue, did she? All those high praises, all those good memories, and he didn't even bother prepping her for what was to come. He might as well have cut her loose if she was hanging off a cliff. Did he not see what his death would do to her? Did he just not fucking care? To loosen my grip on my camera. I'm threatening to break it as I hear the plastic begin to whine. Snapping back to my surroundings, I spy another set of footprints breaking into the snow. They lead back to the school, towards a series of small, barren trees. This part of campus feels familiar, but I don't have to walk the grounds. My steps absent-mindedly fall into the mystery tracks as I continue to think. No matter how I slice it, the Atticon knew this was coming and didn't do a damn thing but accept his fate. If he wanted to die, that's on him. But now there's the fallout. It's easy to ignore when you're dead. Fuck. But why do I feel like smacking myself upside the head now? It's because I saw how weak he was getting. Maybe I should have written about that then. Just like every other mistake I make, I didn't push the issue because I didn't want to come off as awkward. Terrors are supposed to be lighter, aren't they? Well, the wings are mostly vestigial, but they flew once. That's what I thought. That's what I thought when I felt how light he was. But all those times he had to catch his breath over barely any exertion. I was faced with how clammy at a moment's notice, a slowly increasing pallor all the way he... God damn it, why did I say something? Would it have changed anything? I hate him in a way. So damn selfish, but I'm guilty too, because I could have said something. Broached the subject. We brought this to light and it would... What if? Yarkan made his choice and I made mine, so we're both to blame for how Olivia feels right now. Isn't it weird that these two men in her life are all like, we're in charge? I'm just saying. Language. Around several trees in the spot I've been following... what I've been following those tracks towards. A weather-worn bench facing a chain-link fence towards a pseudo-cliff that overlooks Fort Caldera. In the distance, snow-covered chaparral hills loom. On that bench sat a white parasol slumped with his head in his hands. Ben is dead! He's fucking frozen! Ben? My scratchiness in my voice prompts her to cough, which I think he hears more than me calling his name. What brings you here? Just, tried to clear my head. Same as you. Sit down next to him. I wish I thought that it was possible. Ben wipes the teardrops from his cheeks, so cold they're frozen solid into little droplets that he has to flick off. You certainly have a stronger mental fortitude than me. No offense, but I guess that your first day here. His teeth are clattering at every word. I'm surprised he's even able to get a word out in edgewise. I'm doing terribly too, Ben. You don't see as distraught. I'm pissed. Perplexed by that, but also I'm supposed to be. Whatever was processing. You know what crate you cut? What? He gestures towards the chain link fence. Oh, yeah, the picture of the sunrise that day. I knew this was going to go somewhere. Otherwise, it'd be so lame. I mean, then it would just be metaphorical, thematic. Whatever. Yeah, I think it was an A+. I only got an A. He doesn't sound jealous or bitter as he says it, though. Maybe he just liked me more. That's probably true. But no, the more I thought about it, the more I realized. The gesture shocks me. I tried to remove my hoodie and shoved it towards me. And just take it, man. I'm not looking to see you freeze to death out here, and I've skinny dipped in water colder than this. It's a total lie, but I hope it'll weaken Ben's pride enough to accept it. But if you insist, thank you. He dons my hoodie and begins rubbing his arms as he continues. As I was saying, Atticon was a good teacher. You saw yourself imperfect as it was and gave you an A+. Do you know why I only got an A+? Because you were reading too much into it? Also not untrue. Because I was showboating. I tried to show off this bizarre tiger striping lightning on the subject. The assignment was about basic lighting and I made something so seriously. Just had to go beyond that. Had to do what I think was better. Where's this going? It's the same mistake I made with Olivia all those years ago. The same one I made in defending Olivia as ardently as I have. As I had, perhaps. Same one I made in trying to force seniority onto Olivia. That was like 5 minutes ago. 1 hour plus. You know what's happening. Why don't you, I don't know, cut it the fuck out? It's not that simple, Anon. I really don't want to get into it, but I have a problem. I've overcome it with effort and support. Fuck off with support! Stop overusing the word. Bad. I get it. It's the only fucking word people take away from it, but you're using it wrong. Accept it because of it. When I see a situation with the right thing to do, I get the blinders on. Maybe Olivia didn't need a puff piece to win, but I wanted to help her. Ergo, I acted. Yadakan was a great man. Ergo, he needed the eulogy. Damn the timetable. Doesn't explain why you made it about her disability. Because it's the first thing you notice about her. It's something that can't be overcome and informs her actions. One dumb as she is to admit it. It's always something that's to be taken into account. I just try to make it a boon for her. I kinda get it. But he's ignoring everything else. I disagree. That's your right too, and hers to spurn. At least she knows her handicap can be used as a leg up, and no one would judge her for needing the chair. Not everyone has that luxury. This doesn't sound a real person. What do you mean? Please drop it, Anon. Let's move on, because I cannot divulge anymore. Ben, honestly, I think you're a little prick with a stick up his ass 90% of the time. You know the times I actually like talking to you? When it feels like you're being a real person and you drop whatever it is you're trying to hide about yourself? Oh, wait. You know when actually, the few times I actually like talking to you? When it feels like you're being a real person and drop whatever it is you're trying to hide about yourself. It's only a small part of it, Anon. And if I dropped it completely, no one would see me the same. Well, if it keeps bringing you back to mistake after mistake, maybe it's time for change. Doesn't respond to that for a long while. Stares out to the wide Chaparral Hill. Stop saying Chaparral. It's like you found out about this world and just won't shut up about it. Unblinking with a wistful look in his eyes. Starting a real fucking cold. Alright, Ben, we should get you out of this. Not the fitting course. He stands and begins leading the way back to the front of the building. This is what has worked. What is working? Will work. Is it? Because I found myself liking Ben, who isn't a people-pleasing sycophant. Doesn't look at me and respond, but a shoulder tense. It's clear it doesn't just go out one ear and out the other. Reaches in front of the school bell, tries to ring someone on his phone, but his frozen scale pads can't use the screen. He looks at me sheepishly and says, "Can't you call Mia for me?" Alright. Beep, beep, beep. Bring, bring, bring. Hiya, Benny. Holy fuck, she actually does have that random, retarded-ass cutesy voice. Hello, Mia. What the fuck are you doing with Ben phone, you skinny piece of shit? I swear to God, I'll fucking... Oh, chill. I'm in front of St. Hammond's with Ben. He's cold as hell and he can't use his phone. It's as simple as that. Can you come get him? I'll be there in 5. And if he's dead when I get there, I'll gut you and use your woman back up. That's really fucked in the head to be a first recourse. Wait a minute, Olivia said that too. I guess it's just how people respond to me. I look very cuttable. Alright, just hurry up. You know, Anon, I could have been the one to speak to her. Oh yeah, shit, you're right. I pointed this out. It's really weird that he's the one doing it. Whatever she's... I'm sure she's just jesting. She's quite harmless when you... Hey, Ben? I also don't like the bold-faced lying bastard that says she knows isn't true. Lips snapshot after that, but he does have a degree of shame. Clearly, I was right to call him out. Sorry. Don't be sorry. Be better. I can hear him mumble the words to himself as a question. Be better? It's the extent of a conversation, and sure enough, within 5 minutes, Mia tears up the streets in a cherry red Pontiac Firebird. Actually, surprised myself in remembering its name. Looks like she even outfitted it with snow-tied chains. We're to have on hand, and that, you know, she had a whole day. Did she get a half day? Or is she skipping school? She peers out the passage window and snaps a point. No, wouldn't she, like, get out and immediately start manhandling Anon? I feel that's way more on point. Go ahead and give you the nice skinny jacket back, Benny. I swear, you better not have left any ape stink on you. You're welcome for saving his life, bitch. Mia, don't. Thank you again, Anon. I'll have to remember that melodrama is best done in warmer weather. Yeah, no problem. Remember everything we talked about. Also the same saccharine grin as always before I accentuate everything, causing him to nod more solemnly. Even if he doesn't, at least I told him what I thought about him, and I'll keep doing it, at least until Mia can threaten to grind me into rest paste again. Just before Mia peels out, she yells at me, "Tell anyone the fuck I said to you." When I picked up the phone, I will eviscerate your whole fucking tribe, monkey boy. Olivia, what did you say when he picked up? Oh, no time to hear the answer. I zoom off of Mac 5. Redon my hoodie, and luckily it doesn't inversely reek of Ben. It's really weird to explain to Mia. To Olivia. Yeah, it would be. Just kiss already! You gay little loser. I sighed to the heavens loudly in exasperation at remembering her. Well, I guess my little sojourn did clear my mind a little bit. Hardly feel any better, but my conflicting feelings aside, all that matters is that Olivia came out okay. No pointing fingers at the dead. I just have to be there for her. So back to the pains I walk. I don't know how to feel about this chapter. I do not know. I just do not know. It's a little weird. These additions really did fucking hurt it, though. Really didn't do a lot of favors. I do like the somewhat different perspective on Iaticons, you know. I bet this guy gets annoyed at like the timetable because it's a half day and stuff, and I'm like, man, it doesn't really matter. The school timetable is never that important in this. Like, honestly, it's really weird how this and Snoot Game kind of completely ignore the timetables that are taking place. They are that irrelevant. The hell's going on? All right. I gotta. Let's go look at the comments and then we'll look at the next chapter because I think the next chapter is like I think it's just like she's fucked up, right? That's the whole beginning and end of it. And then we get the dating scene. When was the date? Oh no 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 no. No, 14 was originally like the kissing. They went up to the fountain and then they gave a little kiss. What the fuck is 15A then? Oh, that was when that's the ending. That's the ending cutter. He's calling out the commenters. Is that tacky? I don't know what the what's it called is. What the etiquette is. Are you supposed to call out your commenter? Supposed to give him a shout out? Shout out to Simple Flips. He's not in my comments, but I can shout him out nonetheless. That's the law. It's a meme to shout him out, so I assume it's okay in any situation. This is kind of what I mean, right? With for how many words this has, you could easily trim it down base to like half length, and then you could probably get some time to get Iaticon scenes in there. But like, I'm starting to realize that if you really want to do a lot with your story, you either write a fuck ton of words or you learn to trim that shit lean. And this guy's doing neither. In the right way, at least. There are a lot of words, but it's not, it's still bloated. Although, did Kiara showed up at the beginning and never again, right? She showed up here in the bully scene and never again. Not even at, like, the contest. I don't even know, man. Those characters are so oddly used. Hmm. That's it. Such good caveman on, but I think a filter multiple route is quite good. Definitely more attention. I think the big problem is like the multiple routes. It just took too much out of them. Like this is why when you want to do multiple routes in a visual novel, it needs to be something that makes sense. And you probably shouldn't do a big heavy character piece because then you have to consider everyone's character progression in every single arc, and it's just annoying. Look at this guy's like, I don't really know if I like this. Where's our good friend Among Us? Too sudden to be narratively satisfactory, but it's important. Listen, no, we don't have a lot of time to wait. Yeah, but that's not why you write a story. I know that it's like, oh, it's more realistic, but like, the thing about fiction is you're not supposed to be realistic like that unless that's like the hardcore point, and it isn't because this story has had enough of its gushy moments that just kind of, you know what I mean? Like you can get across themes and ideas a bit better when characters are bigger than life, and then you have to follow certain laws of how realistic something feels. Hmm. So that's that. All right, next chapter. Let's take a little look-see. Yatakan's gone a week of his death. All his 3-star students. Oh, we're just gonna pull him more. Does Mia show up in this chapter much? No. What does Mia fit into this? What's this? Dude, what the hell? Why did he link this? Puppet game. Puppet game? Puppet game. Schizo-chan and Judy. I like how it's like Anon question mark question mark. The ship is I don't know, someone I guess. It's not even done. Updated this February though, which is not great. 13 chapters over the course of years, like 1 a month. Oof. I know that feeling, man. The Snoot's Kiss to fix over. Fair enough. I'm curious though, how long is this one? Ending 4 going wrong. Huh. Mm-hmm. After 15 chapters, what a lame-o. Just a solid chapter, points of matters. I mean, this chapter I got the same feelings that NTS caused me. I don't think there are anywhere. What? NTS? I think I'm gonna have to lie down after hearing someone say that. Oh, that's it's like hearing someone say, "Man, Satan blessed my wedding, and we're doing so great. We're gonna go straight to heaven." I'm like, what are you talking about, buddy? That's not how that works, as far as I know. Running down the stairs, body slamming into the door. Seth, dude, what the fuck are you doing here? The Egyptian pantheon. Seth, if Satan blesses a wedding, are they gonna go to heaven? Dude, you gotta go talk to that guy over there. He does the whole hot wing thing. I slam my little hands, my little pappy paws directly onto the scales. Anubis, right? Yeah, sure, whatever. What if Satan blesses a wedding, do they go to heaven? Dude, I just do the whole feather thing. And he like drops a little feather on my face, and my nose just cracks downward. Thank you. Just run off, jump into the river Styx, and just start golf paddling my way down. Hades! Hades! If Satan blesses a marriage, I don't do weddings. Goodbye! And I just washed down the river Styx. This poor little man. What am I doing? This is not how to spend my free day. I didn't learn anything. Oh my god, nothing to something. A must read for all snooters. Are you fucking kidding me? I think I just don't understand what makes good fan fiction. I think I just don't know what makes good fan fiction. I think I think that sentence fucked me up so bad I'm gonna have to lie down. I think I'm gonna have to lie down for a little bit. I think it's the only way to get past this. I think I just don't lack the capacity to fully understand. It's worth pointing out again, we have 20 chapters, and like there are like 13 bonus chapters for some reason. I I think I just don't know. I think I just don't know, right? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I think it bears repeating because it helps establish my framework. I didn't get any of this fucking glazing. Where's my glazing? I'm gonna put my little hands on the sides of the camera lens. Where's my glazing? I was promised free glaze! Ah!